Hello everyone, and here I am again with the next video on my request list. Now this is another life purpose video. So this isn't about your talents like an expression number video or your passions like a soul urge video. This encompasses the whole of your life path as a life path 1 with a birthday number 3. Now the life path is the most important part of your purpose. It's the top reason that you're here, and your life path 1 should be 90% of your focus. But then the birthday number 3 says, it's like a major sub lesson, and it says, be a life path 1, but bring in elements of the life of the energy of the 3 as well. Life path 1, birthday 3. So be innovative, be a leader, express your ideas and manifest them, and express them like a 3. Maybe perform them on stage, or create your new ideas in sculptures and pieces of art, or speak them, or act them. It's the creativity of the 3 is very multifaceted, and it's about using your creativity and acting on it. So your purpose is to channel the idea and be a part of its expression, and then fully express that idea to your audience. So you're very much about the energy of expression and action. The difficulties is going to be in the middle bit. It's like having the time to focus. Ones struggle to focus, and so do 3s. And to sit and plan and cross all the I's and dot all the T's is not going to be the easy thing. You're very dynamic, you're very fast moving, you get bored really quickly, so it's hard for you to get that idea manifested and expressed to your audience, which is what your life purpose is. Because remember, this is a challenge number. This is not something you're going to find easy. So what I'm about to tell you, you're going to have some issues with that, and you're going to find some elements of this easier than others, because it depends where you are on your journey, and of course your toolbox numbers, the other numbers in your chart. If you have supporting talent numbers and a supporting passion number, you're going to be further down your path, or find it easier, especially on some elements, than maybe someone that didn't have support in numbers, or doesn't have numbers that support their life path. So, but this video, we're just focusing on the challenges. So let's get started. So let's get the screen up. So you're here fundamentally as a 1 to learn to channel ideas. You know, many 1s don't even know they're channeling, but they're full of unique new ideas that their potential just helps them channel ideas directly from source energy. And they're brand new ideas, they're unmanifested ideas, because as a 1, you are here to be a change agent. So first of all, it's about channeling them ideas and getting them into your mind and your consciousness, and start thinking these new ideas through. But as a 1, you might avoid spirituality. You might be too dynamic and out there and forward in the world. So you might avoid thinking about your ideas, or even channeling ideas at all and taking notice of them. Or you might disregard your unique ideas, or as many 1s do, their confidence is so low that they keep them hidden because of this, and they're too underconfident then to express their ideas to others, because they're here to be brave enough to bring change, to challenge others' perceptions and comfort zones without fear. But 1s, they can be very fearful of other people's negative reactions. 1s crave validation from others, or they hide their ideas, like I said. And because they're low confident, and maybe not brave enough to challenge their ideas, they're here to be a doer and be practical and determined and get things done as well. And that can actually affect their ability to act on their ideas, because they just don't feel confident enough, or they're struggling to focus. And sometimes they can never actually take action on ideas, or find it really difficult to act on your ideas and bring them to practical reality. And it's going to be low confidence, laziness, lack of focus, inability to stay focused on one thing, procrastination, you know, because you're here to do and act and be a powerful initiator like a one. It's like first gear on a manual car. You need that first gear to get the grrr you need to get the heavy car moving. That's the energy of the one. They're the power of initiation and action, and they're the one that puts the power behind the idea and shoots it out of a gun for the first time towards the world in order to bring positive change. But of course, you're here to initiate. You're going to struggle to do that. You might struggle to use your immense energy for positive creativity. Sometimes it might even come out as negative creativity, or you might not do anything. It might be just apathetic, lack of determination, lack of grr that you need to get the idea off the ground, lack of firepower, you know, lack of energy, lack of determination. And again, that's linked to the low confidence or the worried about validation from other people, procrastinating and never actioning your ideas because of that lack of focus and that low self-esteem, you know, that can stop a one in their tracks. But they've also got, because ones are very, very powerful, they can either use that power for negativity or positivity. They're always creating. So when a one is feeling low or feeling negative, or, you know, their negative thoughts are really taking them over, they can struggle. They can really struggle to be ethical and responsible. And they're a new ideas person. Their new ideas needs to be ethical and responsible because they're very powerful. It's about using the gun with power, with not just power, but with ethics and responsibility, so that you don't hurt anyone around you. And it's a balanced determination to succeed, so that you won't do anything in order to succeed, you know, anything that might be unethical. So, you know, it's really important that a one doesn't allow themselves to be over obsessed with achievement to the point where they will put people in their life or even their ethics into second place, leading to workaholism, you know, negative ideas, or lack of determination. You know, that balance, that determination needs to be balanced, and it can be over the top and unethical and maybe not considering the people around them. Or it could be, and in many cases it's lack of determination because of the low confidence and the lack of focus that I've been talking about. And so you can swing. Your determination to succeed can be up and down depending on your confidence on any one day, or, you know, how apathetic you're feeling on any one day. You've got to be extremely responsible. It's so important for a powerful one because, like I said, you're always creating, and without focus, negativity can be created, and it can be created as easily as positivity. And it is possible that ones at their lowest could be quite nefarious with their power when they're here to be positive and bring positive change with their power. Now, the reason why many ones struggle to put their ideas out there is lack of trust in themselves. Now, ones need to learn to trust themselves more. And the way you do that is you fully trust your intuitive voice within. When you trust what you channel from source, and you trust that voice within, that feeling, that gut reaction, anything that, all the elements that make up your intuition, that should be your validation, not the people around you, not other people's opinions. No, that's not what's important. Confidence comes from trust in yourself, in your intuitive voice, and to know that what you do and the actions that you take, if they come from intuition, you know. You don't have to be underconfident, you know, not arrogantly either, you just know, confident and charismatically, that your ideas are good and should be expressed with the world. But this is a major nemesis for you, because your voice within, your ego, often tells you you're not good enough. You need to slap that ego down and swap what your ego voice says around the other way, so that you're pushing yourself towards success. You know, your ego will say, oh, what if you fail? No, well, I'm going to succeed. And what's going to happen when I succeed? You know, you've got to be more positive. Don't let your ego voice take over. And most importantly, don't listen to others that have got negative opinions towards your new ideas. They just don't like their comfort zone being shaken, you know, so don't listen to bad, you know, naysayers or people saying that your ideas won't work. They're just worried that you might bring change that brings change to their life that they're uncomfortable with. So validation from others, nah. I want you to start not giving a shiny what anyone thinks, because you know in your heart of hearts, because you've channeled it from source energy, you've got that confidence to know that your ideas bring positivity and are worth expressing to the world. So other people's opinions don't even factor in your life. That is when you're at your highest. So when you find yourself reacting or you know, feeling bad over someone's opinion of you or your ideas, keep remembering you're not here to care what they think. Go back to your intuition and make that your validation. Balanced interconnection. Ones can think they can do everything on their own, and they're not. You know, they're a one. They need the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. You know, to create something, you often need the support of other energies and other numbers. And you're here to execute balanced interconnection, seek help from others, delegate. You're here to be a leader, and you can't do everything yourself, and you don't want to be micromanaging. And delegate and have trust that it will be done by others and that you need other people, because over independence, like I said, is a big part of the one's energy, and they can even push others away and have zero faith that other people can do the job well or as good as them. And it can cause them to be very lonely sometimes. And again, that can be something else that can stop a one in their tracks, is the fact that they don't want to bring other people into the situation or share the idea or, you know, even get any help from other people. And that's something that will really hold you back as well. So, as well as balanced interconnection, you're not here to work alone or be alone, because one of your major elements of your one life path is leadership, the powerful leadership of the one, the person that stands at the front of the army, the one that says charge, the one that says yes, the one that says no. But you've got to have balanced personal power with that, because ones can be explosively domineering and do as you're told, or they can have no confidence at all to lead anyone. They can be either tyrannical and overbearing and aggressive, or totally underconfident and submissive. And they're here to be a leader because they trust their intuitive voice within, and they have the confidence within to act. They can balance their personal power, and it's all linked to your intuition, so that you know you're doing the right thing, so you can speak to people, communicate, and be a leader in a balanced way without being tyrannical or underconfident, firm when needed and compassionate when needed. That's the world-class leader that the one is here to be. So, looking at the ones, there's more than one type of one, and you know in this video I'm focusing on the one. That's the number furthest to the right hand side. But you can see here there are 6 types of one, and those sub-lessons need to be taken into account. Now what I've put here is just examples of people that can be this life path number. Like a 101 would be, you would add for the 3rd, you would add the 3, the 6 for June, and the 1 for 1999, and that just adds to 10, 10, 1. Or it might add to 19, 2nd of November, 2 plus 11, then plus the 6. Okay, so you're adding the numbers together to create whatever type you are. And there are also videos on my channel that dig deeper into the types themselves. So let's look at the supporting number. So remember, all the elements that I've just spoke about, the elements of the one, are the most important thing. It's about channeling that idea and getting it expressed and focusing and everything that I've just said about but we need to bring elements of that birthday number 3 in as well, whether you were born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st or the 30th. And of course there will be slight differences depending on what day you were born, but remember your birthday number is 10% your life purpose. So you only want to be putting 10% focus in your birthday and the sub lessons and use it to support your life path 1. Not easy, but there are ways you can do it in your own way, especially people that come up with their own ideas and then they express them. I mean, that's the 1 and the 3 straight away. So there are many ways to express that. So you're a life path 1, but this is your major sub lesson to express it. Positive verbal expression, and then inspire and entertain your audience with your brand new ideas and your verbal expression. But of course, shyness, low confidence of the 1 can cause you to not want to speak. You know, you could be you don't know what to say, you're too nervous to speak, you might have a stutter, you might be mute because of low confidence, or it might just be language difficulties or, you know, vocabulary issues. But there's often like a communication issue. But remember, it's going to be smaller because this is only your birthday number, so it's a smaller challenge in your life. So it's more likely that shyness and lack of confidence is going to be overwhelming your verbal expression. But you're also here to be creative and artistic. You know, you can be creative at anything. So it's about creatively expressing like an actor or an artist, but you can do it in many different ways, again, to inspire and entertain and delight your audience and to teach them if you so desire. But again, low confidence coming from the 1 and the 3, and procrastination that also comes from the 1 can cause you not to act. Now, this is doubly important for you because your 1 difficulties are the same and the 3 adds another little bit to that. So lack of focus and inaction is something that you need to get past. And we know what it's based on, and we've got, you know, start with the intuition, work on the confidence, and the action will come. Okay. You're also here to be courageous. Now, the 1 is here to be courageous. The 3 is accentuating that and saying, yep, you're here to be courageous in the 1, and you're doubly, well, not doubly because the birthday is only 10%, but you add, more courage is needed. So that can mean that you can be very fearful of or unable to leave your comfort zone, unable to take the risks you need. And again, this is all going to be linked back to low confidence, lack of focus, lack of trust in the intuitive voice within. But you're here to be dynamic, you're here to be courageous, and you're here to take calculated risks to progress. And again, this is not going to be easy for you, but you're here to enjoy the limelight of an audience or social group, or enjoy being just the center of attention, because you're here to express the brand new idea. But of course, because you're here to do that, even in a small way, there's, you know, and your confidence in the life path 1 might be low, and it might cause you to hide in the background, fear being noticed, or definitely not want to talk to groups of people. Small groups, big groups, or a stage would be totally out of the question when it comes to your low confidence and lack of belief in yourself, especially if you're still craving validation from others. Because remember the 1 I said you're here to do, be a doer and an executor of ideas, but with the 3, it's saying even more that this is an issue for you, that you need to do and execute your ideas, and that you might keep your ideas in your head without actually taking action on them. The 1 says you might be apathetic. The 1 says that low confidence or lack of trust in yourself or lack of focus, getting bored easy, might stop you from focusing. The 3 accentuates that. Apathy and laziness and lack of focus is also part of the difficulties of the 3. So again, lack of focus, lack of action is possibly going to be an issue for you as a birthday 3 life path 1. You're here to be responsible for yourself and the consequences of your actions. And remember, the life path 1 talked about ethics and responsibility. So again, we need to bring that even further. We need to bold that as well, because 3s are can be prone, because they're spontaneous and they just act and they just do, they can be prone to irresponsible behaviour, and then they can be worried or unable to take responsibility for the consequences of their unthought out actions. So like the 1, ethics and responsibility, and trying to think things through and the consequences of something so that you can be responsible and ethical in your lifetime. Positive emotional expression. Now, the life path 1 can be explosive with their emotions because they're very powerful, especially if they're being a bit domineering, or even low confidence emotions can be very powerful, and that's just in the 1. The 3's powerful emotions are even more pronounced. So take a focus on your emotions, how you manage your emotions, how you understand them, how you deal with them, because you're here to use your emotional expression to lift others up, and that starts with dealing with your own. So it's things like understanding your emotional reactions as they happen. Analyze yourself and think, okay, why did I react emotionally like that? What was my trigger and why? And the more you analyze your own emotions and your own triggers, that in itself starts to dismantle the triggers, because next time something like that happens, your mind's going to go to the time when you thought about why this happened, and it makes you think before you act. It helps you understand yourself. So emotions might need to be dealt with, reconciled, understood and changed, and that's fine. That's something that's just part of your journey to achieve. Now remember, the 1 was often too independent. You know, they would often push people away and want to do everything themselves. Well, the sub-lesson of the 3 can be a little bit the other way, and it might serve to balance this, because 3s like to be dependent. 3s like to be looked after. 3s are the kind of person that would prefer to focus on their own creativity and have someone else supporting them financially. They're very much a free spirit that, you know, would be quite happy being looked after all their life. And then you've got the fiercely independent 1 that wants to do everything themselves. So the 2 here could work with each other to maybe tone down the independence and the dependence. But more likely there's going to be swings from one to the other, from high independence to feeling totally dependent, avoidance of routine and commitment. And you could end up swinging from one to the other, from harsh independence to total dependence. Or you might, if you're lucky, and hopefully over time, you'll know how to use the 2. Social, talkative. The 3 really needs to learn to be the social genius in the room. Fun, the life of the party. 3s are here to be the life of the party, the centre of attention, the one making everyone laugh, the one inspiring everyone in the room, whether they're a guest themselves or a social or party entertainer. That's what the 3 is here to be. And of course, that's horrifying for most 3s, because often 3s are actually quite quiet, and they have social anxiety and can be quite avoidant of social connection. So again, this can be something that can widen the eye of a 3. But again, remember, this is your sub-lesson, not your main life path. And the life path 1 tends to be a little bit better socially, depending on their confidence across the board. So if you are a low confident 1, this could accentuate your holding yourself away from others and not socializing in a way that you're meant to as a sub-lesson birthday number 3, because part of that social is being social with even people you don't know, being opportunistic, being a networker, making useful connections, snapping up opportunities as they arise in the world. Now that needs quite high social confidence, and that is going to be something that the 3 is going to have to work on. But again, remember, it's only 10% of your focus, so it's going to be less of a problem than if you were a full life path 3, but it might feed into your low confidence in the life path 1 and stop you from being opportunistic and stop you from networking, making you procrastinate and let opportunities pass you by rather than actually acting on them dynamically, which is where you struggle anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you want a reading, please email me or contact me on social media. I'd be happy to help, or you might just want to request a video, or you might just like this video. If you do just like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to my video today, and just before I go, I just want to let you know some exciting news. My beginner book, Remember Your Life Plan, has just been released on Amazon, and this gives you a basic grounding in numerology. It's for beginners and people that are just starting out, and it's good for you to read this before you read my other books. So Remember Your Life Plan is for beginners, really. Gives you a grounding in numerology, and it's sort of the level where people would do my Foundations of Numerology Practitioner on Udemy. So that is my first beginner book, and it's just for newbies. This one is for people that are more intermediate. It provides a deeper analysis of the lessons and challenges of your life path and birthday energies, a concise list of your priority and secondary life path tasks, and it gives you a deeper understanding, and it's longer and more detailed analysis for potential numerology readers. And then Remember Your Talents, again, it's an intermediate level course, and it provides an analysis of the lessons of your life path with your talent number, with your expression number. So it shows how good you're going to be at achieving the lessons of your life path and birthday number. Again, a lesson by lesson comparison of your talents to see how easy or difficult each task in your life purpose will be. And again, it's longer and more detailed, and it's more for numerology readers that have a good grounding. And if you have a good grounding, you might want to take my Master Practitioner for Readers on numerology, if you prefer audio visual or you'd like to do both. Remember Your Motivations is due out soon. I'm working frantically to try and get this third intermediate book of the trilogy out there for you, and I hope to do that soon. So don't forget, if you want a reading from me one-to-one over Zoom, just send me an email. You might want an ongoing one-to-one service, in which case you might want to join my channel on YouTube. And if you live in the UK or you're visiting soon, I do shows all over Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire and Berkshire sometimes, with Dear Spirit events. So come to one of our events for a personal reading, or just say hello and purchase one of my books. It's completely up to you. So these are my 3 books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today, and get looking on Amazon, because I tell you what, to find them quickly, put my name in, Katie Ewers, Katieyours, and then my books come up straight away for you to have a look at. So I hope you enjoy my books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today. See you soon.